What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome back here today to another tier list video on the Extra SROS channel. Today, I am updating my NBA watchability tier list. I did this in the beginning of the year. Actually, I think on my Just Ballin' podcast. And today, I'm going to be updating it based off 5 different tiers as we get into the second half of the season. Not sure if you guys are going to be seeing this on maybe Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, sometime this week. I'm actually going to be out of town, so I thought this would be a good video to kind of just pre-record, get this uploaded for you guys. I just got done watching Iowa State Houston, so it's late for me on Monday night. I'm going to be out of town from like Tuesday to Friday, and I'm going to be dropping every NBA team into these 5 tiers. So must watch. It's pretty much going to be appointment television now. It could be an injury that derails the team right now. It could be just a matchup that is just like, all right, I'm going to be watching very closely throughout the first half, and then it could just be an absolute blowout. Below that, it's 4 out of every 5 games. Basically, I will be tuned in. I'll be watching in some way, shape, or form, keeping up with 80% of their games. You can maybe even do 9 out of every 10 or something like that. They'll be in the mix. So like, they're not going to be appointment television every single night, but yeah, they're going to be just kind of mixed in here and there. Matchup depending, obviously, as it sounds like there needs to be a storyline. There needs to be a fun matchup there going forward. And then the bottom tier is like, I'm really only watching this team for like 1 to 2 players. So honestly, I may just rewatch all their possessions on at a different date. I'm not really locked in to majority of their games right now, especially if they're just putting out a bad product because they're trying to tank for one of the top 30 in the 2026 draft. So we'll start off here with the Milwaukee Bucks, an interesting team right now. Giannis Antetokounmpo is still out at the moment. I mean, he's probably going to be back this season. I have no idea if the Bucks are going to end up making the playoffs or not. It looks like that Giannis has still no timetable for his return. He was not in the All-Star game. Honestly, I think right now I'm watching for a few guys. Like I'm watching Ryan Rollins. I mean, right now I'm having fun watching Cam Thomas in a new uniform. I don't know how long that's going to last. Ousmane Dieng has been fun to watch as of late as well for this team. And some other guys. Honestly, though, Milwaukee's kind of at the bottom here at the moment, especially when Giannis is out. I think if Giannis is back, they're probably going to be matchup depending because I still watch, or excuse me, I still enjoy watching Giannis play every single night, and I'm taking his prime, or I'm not taking it for granted when I'm watching guys like Giannis and Jokic that are a little bit above 30. I don't know how much longer we're going to get like this pure domination because hey, I still enjoy watching LeBron and Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, and these guys are still elite players, but they're not like at their MVP levels anymore. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to get Jokic and Giannis at this level. So I'm always going to be kind of tuned into them. I would say right now, though, I'm just watching the Bucks for a few guys. And when Giannis comes back, we could probably bump them up to matchup depending. The Lakers, I still enjoy watching the Lakers now that Austin Reeves is back. It's tough, though, because we don't get that much of LeBron, Luka, and Reeves. And I still think they're very entertaining to watch when I'm watching those 3 guys out there. And they're out there majority of the time when they're playing, though. That's the big thing, though. How many games are we going to get of the Lakers' big 3? I think right now they're in the mix for me. I don't think I'm like locked into them every single night. They are the 5 seed in the Western Conference. If I know that Luka, Reeves, and LeBron are playing, I'm probably watching them 4 out of every 5 games, but I think right now they're just kind of in the mix. They don't have a lot of like, I don't know, depth that I love. Like I'm not really tuning in to watch Rui Hachimura and Luke Kennard and DeAndre Ayton and Jared Vanderbilt and maybe a garbage time Bronny or what's his name, or sorry, not what's his name, but Dalton Connect, like those guys as well. I think the Lakers are right now in the mix. Actually, you know what? There's a chance they drop to matchup depending, because if it's like Lakers Timberwolves or Lakers Knicks or Lakers Thunder, if the Thunder are healthy, like I'm locked in. But if it's like Lakers, I don't know, Memphis, I'm not really locked into the Lakers that much. I'm going to prioritize some other games to be a live viewer of. Like if it's a close fourth quarter, I'll tune in, but I'll say they're in the mix right now, but there's a chance I end up dropping them to matchup depending. I think I'm still enjoying a lot of Minnesota. Obviously, there's a new like face out there. I'm enjoying the Ayo Dosunmu experience right now. They haven't really had too many injuries this year, so I'm pretty much getting almost a healthy lineup every single night. Anthony Edwards is must-watch television for me. He's one of my favorite players to watch right now. You don't know what Randall you're going to get, which I think could make it still entertaining as a neutral fan. I'm sure Wolves fans hate that, and hey, I went through that as a Knicks fan. You don't know what Randall you're going to get on any given night, but I think that makes it kind of entertaining for me as a viewer because I don't know what to expect. And then you also have like DiVincenzo and McDaniels. I think a lot of guys that you don't know what you're going to get every single night. And then obviously Ant's the most consistent guy there offensively. You could say Gobert is the most consistent guy there defensively as well. there's a chance I bump them up to must watch, but right now they're 4 out of every 5 games for me. Boston, I would say honestly the same thing. I don't know if they're going to be must watch. Like, I don't know. I just got to figure it out too, because like when I get to the Thunder, like they have their injuries right now, but I'm still enjoying the Thunder at the moment. So I'm pretty much tuned into 4 out of every 5 games for Boston at the moment. They're a team that has been way more enjoyable this year than I thought they were going to be, and they've been relatively healthy for the most part as well. Like they haven't had a big Derek White injury or Jaylen Brown injury or Peyton Pritchard injury. Obviously they've had a big Jason Tatum injury, which was always going to diminish, I thought, their product this year, but they've still been a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference for majority of the season. They've been a top 10 team in the league. I'm pretty much tuned into 4 out of every 5 games. I'll enjoy the Hugo Gonzalez experience. I'm enjoying the Jordan Walsh experience. I don't love watching Nikola Vucevic play, but hey, maybe on a winning team, it might be more enjoyable in the second half. They're still a fun team to watch, and they're usually playing in entertaining games. For Brooklyn, I'm kind of just watching for a few guys at this point as well. It's really the rookies and like an occasional Michael Porter Jr. game. I'm kind of giving up a little bit on the Noah Clowney experience at the moment. Like Daron Sharp's fun. Nick Claxton's a solid player. Michael Porter Jr. obviously a good player that can hit difficult shots every single night. And I'm very impressed watching Michael Porter Jr. this year for obvious reasons. But I've been enjoying a ton of Nolan Traore as of late. The Jaeger Drummond experience has been fun this year. And then whatever Drake Powell, Danny Wolf, and Saraf you'll get as well on an occasion. They didn't really get any like fun new names at the deadline. It's like Hunter Tyson, Hayward Highsmith. Who was the other guy they ended up picking up? Josh Minot. Some of those guys might even be off the team. They waived Hayward Highsmith. Did I say Hayward Highsmith? Sorry. They waived Hayward Highsmith. I meant to say Ochai Agbaji, Josh Minot, and Hunter Tyson. So, yeah, I'm really just kind of watching for, I guess, a little bit more than the few guys. I mean, the Ben Suraf experience hasn't been fun this year. I'm really enjoying the Nolan Traore experience. So, like, he and Jaeger are the 2 guys I'm locking in, and then maybe Michael Porter Jr. here and there. For Indiana, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to be able to watch Ivica Zubac. I'm still enjoying Pascal Siakam this year. Johnny Furphy, I was excited to watch throughout the course of the year. It was a little disappointing, and then he tears his ACL. I mean, they're relatively healthy, though, outside of those guys. Like, they're not going to play back-to-backs, and I still think they're a good team. Like, they just beat my Knicks in MSG the other night, like, before the All-Star break. But right now, I'm still, like, watching if Jarris Walker's maybe having a good game. Pascal Siakam, I'll be tuned in for Ivica Zubac's debut, which may have already happened by the time you guys are seeing this video, because is he on the injury report? He is on the injury report with an ankle injury right now. But yeah, they're tanking. I know why they're tanking. We all know why they're tanking. I would tank too. So it's just like March and end of February and beginning of April, some teams start to get tuned down a little bit more going forward. But if I know that like Siakam's playing and they're playing maybe like the Cavs, I think it could be a good game. Detroit, they're pretty much must watch this season. I've enjoyed Cade Cunningham in that experience a ton. He could finish top 3 in MVP voting, 4th in MVP voting. He could win the MVP if Wemby, or I don't think Giannis can, well, he wouldn't get anyway, but Jokic, Wemby, and Shea are out of the running. They're the number 1 record, I think, in the loss column, like completely in winning percentage in the NBA at the moment I'm recording this. They've had 2 All-Stars, so I'm really enjoying the Jalen Duren experience this year. Obviously, Cade, I mean, Asar Thompson and Ron Holland, like you're getting defense out of these guys. I think Dennis Jenkins is a really cool story. I enjoyed the Isaiah Stewart defensive experience when he's not suspended out there. And I think the Pistons, as long as like Karis LeVert's not on the floor, I'm usually enjoying everybody else on the team this season. So yeah, Detroit has been must-watch television for me pretty much since, I don't know, the second week of the season. Still, sometimes the offense could get a little tough to watch at times when Cade Cunningham isn't going and there's not really that secondary creator. But I would say for 99% of the season, they've been must-watch in my opinion. For Washington, they have more guys that I kind of enjoy watching than maybe Brooklyn, Indiana, and Milwaukee. Now, unfortunately, Alex Sarr is going to be missing a little bit of time as well. I mean, Anthony Davis and Trae Young most likely aren't playing this year. I know AD isn't. Trae Young has not been ruled out, I think, for the season. Yeah, he's going to get really evaluated after the All-Star break. Cam Whitmore's out for the year. But there's still plenty of guys that I enjoy in Washington. It could be Will Riley, Carrington, Trey Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly, even like Justin Champagnie in the mix, Keyshawn George. And I'm not really watching like CJ McCollum ISO ball anymore. Chris Middleton is no longer there. We'll see if they get anything out of like Jaden Hardy in the second half or somebody like that. I mean, they're also like, I guess I could say I'm really watching for a few guys because it's really just the young guys on the roster right now. And I'm not really watching them because they're not really trying to compete for the most part. And we'll see I mean, if I got to watch like D'Angelo Russell iso ball on this team in the second half, I don't think I'm going to really watch them too much. Cleveland, right now, they're must watch for me. Cleveland was playing some really good basketball up until the All-Star break. They're must watch for me right now because it's that new face as well in James Harden. I know Evan Mobley is out, but I've enjoyed a lot of the role players in Cleveland this year. In Jalen Tyson, in Naquan Tomlin, and Craig Porter Jr. I think they've been positive pieces for the Cavs. You still have like the new face of Dennis Schroeder and DeAndre Hunter there as well in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell has been playing like a top 7 guy in the league this season. We'll see when Max Strus comes back this year. He's obviously missed a ton of time, but with James Harden right now, we're kind of viewing the Cavs in a different way on what their ceiling could be come playoff time, and they've been must watch for me at the moment. Memphis, it's for a few guys. I mean, it's still like I'll enjoy the Walter Clayton experience from time to time. I know he hasn't shot the ball too well as a rookie. It's like Cedric Coward is who I'm watching, but he's missing. I think he's got a knee injury. Zach Edey has barely played this year. I enjoy Zach Edey. Ty Jerome experience has been fun. Wow, there's a lot of teams that might end up being here just because there's so many injuries out there as well. And I'm just kind of like quickly pulling up every team's injury report just because so many guys have been like up there. They have 6 guys right now. Ja's out. We'll see when he's back. Clark and Aldama are on the injury report as well. So I enjoy Cam Spencer. I enjoy Ty Jerome. Scottie Pippen is back. Walter Clayton on the injury report, but another fun guy. Obviously, I just mentioned him. I have like Wells and Gigi Jackson. Like, there's more guys maybe in Memphis, but I think I'm really just watching for like a handful or just a few guys there. Denver has been must watch for me. They've been beatable since Nikola Jokic came back, but Jamal Murray's obviously been at the top of his game this season. He's been an all-star. You're still getting Jokic putting up video game stat lines at the moment. Unfortunately, like Peyton Watson, who was must-watch TV for me during that stretch, he's missing a lot of time with the hamstring injury. Gordon's out as well. Spencer Jones is hurt with the concussion, but there's still plenty of guys in Denver that I enjoy watching every single night. And watching Jokic is always must-see television for me. The games don't start too late on the East Coast, not as bad as some of the Pacific games in Mountain Time Zone. But yeah, I've enjoyed the Jokic Murray experience this year. Cam Johnson still feels like a fresh face in Denver because he missed a lot of time at the start of the year. And I don't know if we're going to see more, like, I don't know, Jonas Valanciunas will get a little bit this year as well. They didn't like add anybody at the deadline. We'll see if they pick up anybody in the buyout market as well. They probably won't be able to financially. There's been some good Julian Strawther experiences as of late. Denver has been must-watch TV for me. OKC, I mean, right now they're going to be like a little bit in the mix while Shea is out. But as long as like J-Dub and Chet are playing, I'm enjoying like the experience. And Nikola Topic just came back as well, which is becoming must-watch television for me. Like after all he's been through, I think it's one of the best stories this year, 100%. Honestly, OKC is going to be in the must-watch tier. I know, like, without Shea, it's a little tough and they get diminished a little bit. Maybe I drop them into the 4 out of every 5 games until, I don't know, though. Like, I'm enjoying, like, what Chet could be as a number 1 or J-Dub could be as a number 1 as well. They still have a really good deep roster. They still play, like, smart, sound basketball. I know some of the shot creation can get a little bit rough when Shea's not out there. And unfortunately, AJ Mitchell has been banged up a ton this year. Hartenstein's been banged up at times as well. If they're like relatively healthy, they're must watch. If they're like completely banged up, I'm dropping them a little bit, but I'm going to throw them in that must watch tier. Clippers, I think they're kind of like in the mix right now just because of Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has been obviously a top 3 player in the sport since like November. He could have won All-Star Game MVP, but his team didn't end up winning. They don't have Harden or Zubats anymore, but hey, I'm still enjoying like Benedict Mathurin in a new home, Isaiah Jackson in a new home, and then I'm going to get Darius Garland in a new home as well soon. More Yannick Niederhauser now that they traded away Ivica Zubats also. So I think the Clippers are in the mix for me at the moment. They're not like appointment television. I'll catch like maybe 2 to 3 out of their 5 games to watch them in full. For the Knicks, this one's always going to be a biased one for me, but they're always must watch. I try to watch all 82 games for the Knicks. And honestly, I've enjoyed the Jose Alvarado experience a lot as of late. Jeremy Sohan is now a New York Knick. I have no idea how much playing time he's going to get in the second half, but hey, it's a name. It's a former top 10 pick that still has maybe a little bit of upside. That maybe he can be a good defender. We'll see. Mohamed Diawara has been playing good. Landry Shamet has been great this year as well. Unfortunately, Miles McBride is out. I don't know if it's confirmed, but he's out probably the whole regular season. He might come back in the playoffs. The Knicks are still must watch for me though, because they are my favorite team. They're on at a great time for me, and I've enjoyed them still this year. Last year kind of got frustrating at times. I don't know if this year, like that 2-9 stretch was tough. Like when they lost to the Kings, I think Brunson got hurt like 5 minutes in, but they shouldn't have lost that game. And then I was like, this is tough. And some of the Suns losses as well. Orlando, it's probably matchup depending. very frustrating to watch this year when I thought that they were going to be must watch for me all year long. But I think they're kind of the definition of matchup depending. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be locked into Orlando, Brooklyn, but if I'm getting like a physical Orlando, Minnesota game, like I'll definitely take that. It's just like, what Paolo Banchero am I going to get? Am I going to get Franz, Suggs, and Paolo all out there at the same time? Right now, they're all healthy. Like, we're no longer getting Franz Wagner on the injury report at the moment. So everybody's kind of healthy. Hopefully that stays constant in the second half, because if it doesn't, maybe we're never going to get these guys healthy in Orlando. But they've just been one of my, probably the most disappointing team for me this season. Houston, I mean, after the Kevin Durant situation, they might be must watch to see how that chemistry is. I'm still probably I don't know. Houston sometimes can get ugly hoops. Like, it's kind of ugly offensively. I am getting, you're getting defensive hoops. I don't know. Like, I enjoyed them a lot earlier in the year, and I'm still watching Kevin Durant play at a high level. Like, Şengün, you kind of don't know what Şengün you're going to get, but still has been a top 30 player this year. Amen Thompson is still going to wow me defensively every night. You don't know what Reed Shepherd you're really going to get. Eason has kind of been in and out of the lineup at times this year. Their bench isn't really the most entertaining bench in the world either. Like, it's Clint Capella, the disappointing Dorian Finney-Smith this season. You might get Aaron Holiday, Josh Okogie. I don't know. They're usually playing entertaining games, though. I'm going to put them in 4 out of every 5 games. Charlotte, yeah, they're must-watch. They've been must-watch since January 1st. They're one of my favorite teams right now. It's funny because I have, like, some of the best teams in the NBA, and then Charlotte Hornets, technically not, like, one of the best teams in the NBA with a 26-29 record as I'm recording this. But, yeah, they've been one of the best teams in the NBA since January 1st, and I've loved everything about their offense. Obviously, their defense could be a little bit frustrating at times, but Khan as a rookie, LaMelo healthy, Miller healthy, Moose breaking out this year as the 5 for this team. I'm excited to watch Kobe White when he's healthy as well. Charlotte's been must watch. San Antonio, honestly, they've been must watch for me. Like, Wemby's must watch, and I'm always going to appreciate like the alien that Wemby is, because it's something we have truly never seen before. And as long as Wemby is healthy out there with Dylan Harper, one of my favorite rookies, Carter Bryant, if he can crack the rotation, it's a little bit more garbage time. But Fox, obviously, I enjoyed watching. Stephon Castle, I've enjoyed watching a lot this year. Keldon Johnson might end up winning 6th man of the year as well for this team. They didn't add anybody at the deadline. Maybe we'll see Carter Bryant play more than Sohan, or now that Sohan is gone, but it's not like Sohan was really in the rotation before he ended up getting cut. So yeah, I'm going to have San Antonio in must watch. They're usually giving me good games every single night. Dallas, oh man, it might be matchup depending a little bit. Like, if Cooper Flagg is here, they're always in the mix for me. If Cooper Flagg is not there, you know what? I think I've enjoyed Dallas enough this year. I mean, it's tough though, because Cooper Flagg is not there. Like, I'll enjoy the Ryan Nembhard experience. I'll enjoy the Najee Marshall experience. Derek Lively out for the year. Like, so I'll get a little bit of Gafford. I'll enjoy the Moussa Cisse experience. And hey, Klay Thompson, while he's still playing, they're always going to be in the mix. I think it's more so maybe matchup depending, in my opinion. And obviously Cooper Flagg. If Cooper Flagg's out of the lineup, I'm going to watch all these teams over them. But if Cooper Flagg's in the lineup, like, they can maybe go up to there, because I'm obviously enjoying the Cooper Flagg experience. Philadelphia, something about them right now, though, I haven't really enjoyed too much. I don't know if that's a Nick Nurse thing. I don't know if that's a depth issue. So they move on from Jared McCain. Exciting part gone from this team. It's just like no Paul George, so the depth is really an issue at the moment. And like, it's tough. You don't know what Justin Edwards you're going to get. You don't know what a Dembona you're going to get. They just, I think, converted Jabari Walker. They're going to bring in Campaign. They're they're a matchup depending team, because when it's bad, oh, it is bad. And yes, Edgecombe has been great. I mean, I could throw Philly like in the mix, maybe. I think right now, though, they're matchup depending for me. Portland's always been in the mix for me this year. I think it's also like new faces, new names, young guys I'm enjoying a little bit more. Like Donovan Clingan's been playing some really good basketball as of late. You have obviously Denny as an all-star this year. Scoot is back, so that's an enjoyment factor for me when I'm watching Blazers basketball. They pick up Vic Krejci this year at the deadline. I don't know if I've even seen a game with Vic Krejci in the lineup yet, in terms of me watching them. But like, Dame obviously not playing this year, won the 3-point contest. Like, Drew's healthy. Like, this team is low-key one of the more healthy lineups they've had this year. I know Shaedon Sharp's out right now. Like, I just want to see Portland at somewhat full strength, because they've had so many injuries this year, and Sharp is dealing with the calf injury. Robert Williams is dealing with the knee injury. I mean, I'll enjoy Hanson Yang when he's out there, Young Hanson, excuse me, but you don't know what you're going to get if he's even going to be out there. So right now, they're in the mix for me, though. I do enjoy kind of their style a little bit more than Philadelphia, even though Philadelphia is a better team than Portland. Golden State, They're matchup depending. Even maybe, I mean, like with Steph, they're always in the mix. They're always in the mix with Steph. And I think they're always going to be in the mix with Kristaps Porzingis because I'm really intrigued to see how that offensive system or style works with Kristaps setting screens for Steph Curry on the perimeter and him as a pick and pop guy. I just think like, honestly, it could be, this tier could also be like matchup or injury depending. Because if Steph and Kristaps are not in the lineup, and I know I'm not getting Jimmy at all for the rest of the season, they're like, they're kind of bumps at the bottoms here. So low key Golden State, like I'm really only watching for Steph, Kristaps. I mean, like them as a team, like they're a good team, and like Moses Moody and a little bit of Pods and Will Richard, like these guys are solid foundational guys. I'm going to bump them up to here in Golden State because if it's just Steph out there too, it's tough, man. It really is. Phoenix, I'm usually watching, I think, 4 out of every 5 games for Phoenix. I don't think they've been must watch for me this season, but they've been a great team. I really enjoy their defense. Like Devin Booker's been mostly in the lineup. He's missed some time this year. Dylan Brooks has made this team a lot more fun to watch. Jalen Green now being healthy makes this team a lot more fun to watch as well. They picked up Hayward Highsmith. I think they're waiving either Coffee and Cole Anthony going forward. Hopefully we see more come on in the second half. Like he's obviously somebody that I want to watch a little bit more of. I'm enjoying the Jordan Goodwin and Colin Gillespie hoops as well. I'm usually locked into Phoenix basketball at the moment. Atlanta, they're matchup depending. Jesus, man. Atlanta, I don't know, because I've been so frustrated with Reece Shea this year. Jalen Johnson obviously has been a home run guy for them. I'm not really enjoying the CJ McCollum hoops. Mohamed Gay's let me down a little bit. I thought he was going to be more of a breakout. Okongwu's been good. I have no idea how the Kuminga experience is really going to be moving forward. Dyson Daniels has been like up and down this year as an enjoyable watch. Obviously still been a good defender. Still a solid passer for this team. They're matchup depending for me. Miami, oh my God. They're matchup depending as well. They frustrate me so much, though, to watch. But I'm locked in for Kasperi Shakuchonis playing more. They've had some injuries as well, which I guess is allowing me to get the Kasperi Shakuchonis hoops. But it's like no Tyler Hero, no Norman Powell at times leading up to the All-Star break. There's still a good, they're still a competitive team. I know they've lost to like the tanking Jazz. They're matchup depending for me, I would say, though, on any given night. Like if they're playing any team in here, I'm watching them. If it's like Miami, Washington, and there's like 5 other games that I think are more interesting, like if I'm getting Portland, Houston, if I'm getting Phoenix, Charlotte, or something like that, like I'm watching those games. And even if there could be like a top tier college game as well, depending what day of the week it is. Chicago, I'm probably watching for a few guys throughout the rest of the year. It sucks that we only got 2 games out of Noah Essengay. Like Josh Giddey and Buzelis have been still relatively fun watches this year, but Giddey's missed a lot of time as of late. I'll be watching for Rob Dillingham. I'll be watching for Jaden Ivey. Colin Sexton, Anthony Simons, in Chicago. So I'm not really like loving the Bulls hoops. A lot of guards. Sacramento, same thing. It's really, I'm watching for Devin Carter, Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud, and Dylan Cardwell. I'm kind of done. Like, I love watching Russ still, and I'll always appreciate Russell Westbrook, but at this point for the Kings and how bad and frustrating they've been this year, yeah, I'm really just watching for some of the young guys who I actually think are going to be here in Sacramento going forward. And Keegan Murray when he's been healthy this year, which unfortunately has not been that much. Toronto, I'm probably 4 out of every 5 games. Sometimes their offense, though, can kind of piss me off in a way, but Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes have obviously been good players for them this year. Conor Murray-Boyles has been one of my favorite players to watch defensively as well. It's just like outside of that, like I'll get the occasional Jalen Shed experience and even the Quickly and RJ Barrett experience as well. They picked up Trace Jackson Davis, somewhat of a new face here at the deadline. I think they're in the mix for me, maybe more so than I'm enjoying the hoops a lot. I don't know if I'm going to drop down Houston. I mean, I still got to appreciate Kevin Durant. Utah, watching for a few guys, unfortunately. Honestly, they do have a decent amount of guys. Like, so we know Jaren Jackson Jr. is not playing for the rest of the year, which is unfortunate. Kessler's been out for the year pretty much. Keontae George has missed some time as of late, so I am enjoying still Isaiah Collier and Ace Bailey hoops. My good buddy Yusuf Nurkic as well. The Bryce Sensabaugh experience, some Cody Williams development as well, and some Filipowski defense. He had a good defensive game. Was it against Portland? I think it was against Portland. And then New Orleans, it's honestly like they have more guys than you think. I think they're going to be somewhat more competitive in the second half, but I'm just going to, honestly, I'm kind of watching for Trey Murphy, the rookies, Zion, a little bit of Herb Jones. It's a decent amount. I think they're actually more entertaining to watch because they're not going to tank because they don't have their first round pick than some of these teams down the stretch. Like I think New Orleans, I'm enjoying more at the moment than these 8, which I'm really, like I said, watching for a few guys going forward. Every team has a guy that I like or honestly 2 to 3 guys, but they're not like appointment television. If there's a good matchup between these teams, I'll be locked in. These teams will become appointment television at least a couple times throughout the week. Like I said, 4 out of every 5 games, I'm usually locked in. And then these teams, I'm like, yeah, if it's the, I don't know, a healthy Thunder versus the tanking Jazz, not going to be really locked in. But if it's any like Thunder versus a good competent team, I'm always going to be watching them going forward. So I had 7 teams in must watch, 4 and 4 out of every 5 games, 4 teams that are always kind of in the mix. I have 7 teams in matchup depending, and I have 8 teams in watching for a few guys. So would love to know, maybe, I mean, this is just my subjective opinion, so you can't really tell me if I'm right or wrong, but hey, maybe we disagree, maybe we agree. I tend to like good hoops, and I tend to dislike bad hoops in a way, and I'm really only watching for a couple individual young guys at the moment just to see how their development is looking going forward. So if you guys did enjoy this video, would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.